I thought he said you were something.
Yeah.
She's doing a little bit better.
So.
I'm doing a little bit better, I guess. You know,
Rather than drink all day.
drink more.
Yeah. Make it better. Well,
Yeah.
later back.
I'm on a garden. I'm ready to be outside.
You know.
You gonna go to this? You gonna see it?
Training session.
I saw her. I'll show you. I spit out my plate.
Oh, really?
Oh, my custom. It would be the ping pong guys. Read into that. It's a long way out.
Check your agenda.
I mean, when is it?
May 16th. Or 13th.
I mean, I need to They're not like saying they're going for it.
If you're there, it's around.
Oh, see, that's the case. You can't do that. No, there ain't no way. Sorry.
What is going on? Nothing. So you're going?
Yeah. Timing up.
Okay. And Stacy Major. You will call, right?
Would I have it, I can see some of that, so it's just a social event, I'll be remembered. Yeah.
They are pretty good. I went to one there, but that was years ago.
Yeah, I went last year to one of the zoning.
It's starting to get colder. That brings us.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome everyone here, and I'd like to call the meeting to order of the March 30th Marathon Township Planning Commission. Roll call.
Brockriede.
Here.
Cossaboom.
Here.
Church is absent. Meinecke.
Here.
Glesenkamp here. Baker here. And Deitering is absent.
Well, would everyone rise, please, for the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I guess, have you guys had a chance to go through the agenda? A motion would be in order.
I move to approve the agenda.
Second. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Go ahead, we'll go through look at the March 9th meetings first. Minutes.
Motion to accept minutes on March 9th as presented.
The motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes as written for March 9th. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now the 23rd.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
A motion's been made and seconded to accept the minutes of March 23rd meeting. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. If I could, since we're being filmed, we would just like for a matter of minutes get your name if we could.
No. You can ask me afterward. That's very odd. No one's ever asked me that in the middle of a meeting before.
Oh, okay.
We can chat afterward.
All right. Public comment. Anyone? Sure.
Ben Cooper, that's my name. Obviously, we had a meeting a while back about solar, and I spoke at that, citing some of my concerns about the negative impacts on local natural resources. So I've done some research, and I've come up with basically a proposal for a list of ordinances that would follow what the Nature Conservancy has put out, what they call their principles of low impact solar siting and design. I think they're a really good comprehensive list on what the types of ordinances we can have that will minimize negative impact on local ecology and wildlife, things of that nature. I think that's important in this community. We're a rural community. We should care about our local ecology and natural resources. So any project that does come down the road, which I'd rather not see in the first place, but if it does, I want to see them cater to what we care about. So I have, for all of you, basically lists of proposed ordinances that are specific to,
Thank you.
and all of these follow the guidelines that the Nature Conservancy has put out, and they've actually done work with solar projects throughout the country. So they've tested and done these methods, follow these, so it's very doable, very achievable, and there's, in my opinion, not really an excuse not to try to follow as much of this as they put out. So here's a paper they put out on that. I only have one copy because of how much ink it used, but they have much more information than that on their website as well.
You can make copies for us later.
Yeah.
Here's a couple more for members that aren't here.
Well,
Because I gotta get into the office.
I mean later.
Oh, okay.
Tonight.
Alright. Yep, I
So
will.
that's pretty much it. I just want to reiterate that
What was your name?
Ben Cooper,
Ben.
C-O-O-P-E-R. Just want to reiterate that protecting our natural resources is really important to me. I think it should be important to everyone, but I also would just rather not see the project happen altogether.
Understand. Any other public comment?
Is there any more information about this battery house? Has the fire chief spoke about it at all yet, or at all?
About the fire.
About the fire chief, what?
The fire chief was supposed to look into the battery house.
We
Last
had
meeting, we were at.
presented it to the fire
Has he
department.
come up with anything? Has he talked about it yet, or? You haven't heard anything?
We have not really passed that ordinance yet, but it is one that we've been working on.
If the ordinance is passed, if it is, there'll have to be a plan through our fire department to be able to make sure we have the resources to do something if something happens.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that.
Yes.
2 fire trucks you got ain't gonna put out fires on the country. I can tell you that right now.
The one that come to same meeting, got slid off into a ditch and got stuck, so well, thank God the house been burned down.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
I don't wanna, you know, I mean, God bless the volunteers, I'm,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm glad they do it, but we don't have the equipment or the technology. I mean, there's a lot to know about this stuff. And I know you guys realize all that, but it scared the hell out of me.
Well, I know Lapeer had theirs there about 10 years ago. They didn't know what to do. And that's a real fire department.
Yeah.
You know, and they didn't know what to do with that solar fire. So we're not equipped for that. We got way too many houses, way too many woods and pines and.
Woods catch on fire around here, they're gonna burn to the ground.
Well, that fire between me and you, was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, we had a
We almost lost our whole block,
Yeah.
you know? And we had fire departments from 5 or 6 different departments out there, plus DNR.
Understand.
You know?
Definitely understand that it's a major issue. Understand.
I mean, and if they're gonna put a transfer station, you know, there was talk about putting it out on that farm down off of Barnes Lake Road because the transmission lines are all going to parallel with it, but I know nothing's in the works yet.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'd like to see them put it on the south side if they do, you know, towards the state line over that way. It's away from the houses.
Yeah, there has been no plan submitted at all because they haven't been approved at all.
I mean, I've seen pictures and stuff that they threw out there. This is like a year and a half ago. But this was all, you know, smoke in the wind, so
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
Understand. Truly understand all the concerns, definitely do. Anything else?
What was, every time we come to a meeting, there's different board members. What's going on with that? I mean, the last
She's the only
meeting.
one I recognized last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I was here.
Yeah, I agree with you and her. But Dennis isn't here. Is he still?
No, Dennis isn't on the planning commission. He is a supervisor, but
Oh.
he's got a sick dog, so he couldn't come tonight.
And we have 2 absent today. One's working and I'm not sure
I
where
don't
the
know what the other one.
one's out of town, unfortunately.
Well, there was a couple of guys I'd never seen before, so I'm assuming they were new board
Yeah.
members.
He'll be back. Bad time of the year
Yeah.
for the one guy.
I know. Busy.
Yeah.
Okay, any other comment? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comments and go into new business. Review the solar ordinance. Are we using that working again, Sandy? Is that-
Okay, as you know, we have
you got that?
the workable, we had our solar ordinance that is already in place.
Oh, you probably should. You probably should, so. Yeah. So you don't put that.
On one side of the table.
Yeah.
Charlie's gonna recuse himself. We had our ordinance that's already in place, but there was some suggestions too that we needed to look at. As you know, we did that in a real big hurry because we knew the state was passing some legislation, so we wanted to have something in place
To protect.
us. And so I tried to make a summary of it, and I hope you all can follow along. In bold print is what would be the words that would be replaced. And so if you go back to your existing ordinance, everybody got theirs with them? Existing one? to, section 19.03. Eliminate the wording on the existing and replace with land disturbance. Wait a minute, I wanna make sure I'm in the right spot.
What's that?
I wanna make sure I'm in the right spot. This is regarding the location. Land disturbance or clearing shall be limited to what is minimally necessary for the installation and operation of the system and to ensure sufficient all-season access to the solar resource given the topography of the land. Topsoil disturbed during site preparation, grading on the property shall be retained on site. And I'm not quite sure, oh, number 5, I'm sorry, that this only refers to number 5. Should have looked at my own notes.
Okay, so that is what we're looking at instead of number 5.
Instead of the wording that's in there that says the installation of any solar energy collector shall not require or be reliant upon the clear cutting of trees or other vegetation. So moving on to D. We'll go down to D. Oh, okay. To add this to D, a stormwater assessment and a plan to minimize, mitigate, and repair any drainage impacts at the expense of the applicant. The applicant shall make reasonable effort to consult with the county drain commissioner before submitting the application and shall include evidence of those efforts in its application. So that wording is suggested to be added. Everybody following that? Okay, section 19.03, D1 and Roman numeral 8. Public safety. This is some wording to be considered because we have very little on public safety. And that would be a fire response plan and an emergency response plan. The fire response plan, FRP, shall include evidence of consultation or good faith effort to consult with local fire department representatives to ensure that the FRP is in alignment with the acceptable operating procedures, capabilities, resources, etc. If consultation with the local fire department representatives is not possible, provide evidence of consultation or good faith effort to consult with the state fire marshal or other local emergency manager. A description of all on-site equipment and systems to be provided to prevent or handle fire emergencies. A description of all contingency plans to be implemented in response to the occurrence of a fire emergency, a commitment to review and update the FRP with fire departments, first responders, and county emergency managers at least one every 3 years. An analysis of whether plans to be implemented in response to a fire emergency can be fulfilled by existing local emergency response capacity and recommendations for measures to mitigate deficiencies. That kind of what you were talking about. The emergency response plan, ERP, shall include evidence of consultation or good faith effort to consult the local first responders and county emergency managers to ensure that the ERP is in alignment with acceptable operating procedures, capabilities, resources, etc. That an identification of contingencies that would constitute a safety or security emergency, fire emergencies are to be addressed in a separate fire response plan. Emergency response measures by contingency, evacuation control measures by contingency, community notification procedure by contingency, an identification of potential approach and departure routes to and from the facility site for police, fire, ambulance, and other emergency vehicles, a commitment to review and update the ERP with fire departments, first responders, and county emergency managers at least once every 3 years. An analysis of whether plans to be implemented in response to an emergency can be fulfilled by existing local emergency response capacity, and identification of any specific equipment or training deficiencies in local emergency response capacity, and any other information the applicants find relevant. Then under D, find D.
I think page 19-4.
Here, 4 of 6. It should be 2, 3, Roman numeral 3.
There's 2 spots that has part 1 is, I think, they include under D, commercial solar farm system, Roman 9, which would be 1-9.
Sound limitations.
Yeah, I think is that part is to go. And then under section 2, the next paragraph goes 2D3.
Yeah, that's the one that I was told to address. So is everybody there? Ours says noise. No sound from solar energy systems may be audible at the property lines. The replacement would say the sound pressure level of a large principal use SES and all ancillary solar equipment shall not exceed 55, I think that's decibels. Is that what that stands for?
Yeah.
At the property line of an adjoining non-participating lot. The site plan shall include modeled sound isolines, I don't know how to say it, extending from the sound source to the property lines to demonstrate compliance with this standard. And that noise level would be about how we're talking tonight, right amongst us. No yelling, just regular conversation. That would be equal to the 55 decibels.
You said 0, that was the deal last year when we did this. that we all voted no, except for you guys.
Well, that's what our current one says, no sound from
Mhm.
solar energy system may be audible. That's not really possible. I mean.
That was the deal that we did last year on it.
Well, they make a hum, so.
So you broke the deal, so this is voided, this is no good. You got to start this all
Well, there's a
over.
lot of things that we have to change on.
Well, then you got to start this vote all over again. We're gonna filibuster it. We're gonna have to do something because
Okay.
this ain't gonna happen.
We understand. We understand.
We've got work to do here. Okay, I'm just a messenger, so. Under, our ordinance should include, under commercial solar systems, a section on repowering. We have nothing on repowering. And this says, in addition to repairing or replacing SES components to maintain the system, a principal use SES may at any time be repowered without the need to apply for a new special land use permit by reconfiguring, renovating, or replacing the SES to increase the power rating within the existing project footprint. A proposal to change the project footprint of the existing SES shall be considered a new application, subject to the site plan application requirements and review procedure contained in the Township zoning ordinance and in effect at the time of the request. Legal services and other studies resulting from the application to modify the SES will be reimbursed to the Township by the SES owner in compliance with established escrow policy to alter the footprint of the SES. So we don't have anything in place for repairing it, or there was no mention of if they, expanded it. So this would cover that. In our existing ordinance, under noise, where it says, no sound from the solar energy system may be audible at the property lines, we should probably take that wording out.
Well, yeah.
Buffering.
Just so.
In the second sentence,
Without any constraint, it's okay.
in the second sentence, to read as follows under buffering. The Planning Commission may require or allow, add or allow modifications to the buffering. So the only thing that changed there is to add the words or allow. And under D3, the total size, we already agreed to eliminate that. But as long as we're doing amendments, we should have that included.
Okay.
The total size of a commercial solar energy system located on a single parcel or multiple parcels that form a single contiguous site shall be no greater than 160 acres. We agreed that should be. In our definitions, we should include non-participating lots. That's one that we didn't have on there. Where one or more lots for which there is not a signed lease or easement or development of a principal use associated with the applicant project. So it'd be a lot next door, it's a non-participating lot. Participating lots, one or more lots under a signed lease or easement for development of a principal use SES associated with the applicant project. That's not in our definition. And another definition we should have in there is a principal use solar energy system. A ground-mounted solar energy system that captures and converts solar energy into electricity for the purpose of sale or for use in locations other than solely the solar energy system property, and with a nameplate capacity of 50 megawatts or more. A principal use solar energy system may be located on more than one parcel of property, including non-contiguous parcels, but share a single point of interconnection to the grid. Principal use solar energy systems with a nameplate capacity of less than 50 megawatts are not permitted. And the definition for repowering is reconfiguring, renovating, or replacing an SES to maintain or increase the power rating of the SES within the existing project footprint. So those suggestions would be inserted into our now existing ordinance. So let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, we know we have one, and we know it's not where it needs to be. I don't think it's. We know there were some things that we had to correct on it.
Were you able to follow along already and understand?
On the corrections, the first page, about in the middle of the second paragraph where the number 3 is at,
Yeah,
that one should be once, at least once a year. So it's like the season to see.
yeah, I thought that too when I was reading it.
I caught when you read it. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
The next question would be for the sound.
That should be once.
Yeah, you checked into the sound with the attorneys in other places that had solar panels. Was the standard?
Went
or
from
that would be
a
mistake?
workable ordinance that MTA provided,
Yeah.
and, yeah, ours,
You got a copy of this right here?
Yeah, we have to work with it.
That's the worker.
Yeah, I just found it on the second to last page.
and, well, we could also, there's more on the sound, a report detailing the sound modeling results along with mitigation plans to ensure that sound emitted from the facilities will remain below the statutory limit throughout the operational life of the facility. That's in that suggested or workable. And I didn't put that in there, but so I don't know how we go about this. I mean, it was hard to put this all in a condensed form because I had a note here, a note there, and we were trying to put it together. But I don't know if we should be discussing this and trying to take it apart. What do you want to do?
Well, we know we got things we have to change. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I know the sound and the clear cutting and the size and the emergency response
Has to be.
that has to be in there. And also the recovering, I think that should be in there.
Yeah. I don't know how much, I haven't had a chance to look at your thing, I don't know how much, if we cover.
There's probably gonna be, excuse me, there's probably gonna be overlap with what's already on ordinances.
Yeah.
That's just what I came up with.
Yeah.
Based on the studies.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much what you read was part of what you wrote down. I don't know if there's anything we just went through that was in the paper you gave me.
Not what you just talked about specifically, other than maybe, well, clear cutting, but that's gonna be covered under how siting is done. And that one is more specific to creating wildlife corridors. And buffering, which I think we already have, some ordinances regarding buffer zones.
When you guys all started doing this in the beginning, and I like the idea of creating an ordinance, because we didn't have one, and they can pretty much come in here and do whatever they
They
want.
go to the state and they get,
Right.
yes.
And then-
Sort of,
Yeah,
sort of,
But
that's
then-
not true.
but then the state of Michigan voted in, they can do what they deem necessary to build these things. They made a law,
Which we really can't.
you know, which is.
Because you can't fund a private company, DTE or whoever. They can do a highway or something, but they can't take home domain for doing this. I already have lawyers on this. I don't know if you know who I am, but my uncle is Rudy Giuliani, big lawyer, you know, he's with Trump and all that stuff, and those lawyers. So I got all the ins and outs. You know, so everything Big Gretch is trying to say and push is this money right here going in her pocket. So a lot of the stuff isn't legal, what she's really doing. And she's being investigated on all this stuff for fraud. So just putting that on record that it's not really true, this only domain for a private company to make money on it. DTE is a private company.
Yes.
You can't do that for otherwise I can say, hey, Whitmer, I love deer hunting. I want all Marathon Township to be for me for hunting. So, oh yeah, there you go. No, because I'm a private citizen. It ain't gonna happen.
Well, I understand that, but if they've leased it from people that want it to happen on their land.
That's a different story. But she's pressuring people that says you have to or we're gonna take it.
Yeah.
That's what holding the domain's called.
Yeah, but I understand that, but we have a lot of people in this township that have leased their land already.
Right. I see that on that.
Yeah. So that has nothing to do with somebody coming in saying you're just gonna go do it. There's people that are already have leased, and I'm not arguing with you because I'm not jumping up and down for this either.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to tell you there's two arguments to the story, and there's two sides of it.
But if it affects your neighbor, which it's gonna, you know, you got the noise, you got water, we're all wells. You're gonna, if you have like in Missouri with that big fire there on our solar panels, we're in deep trouble with our water system. We got a high water table here. We got a highway reservoir. You're gonna contaminate everything from here all the way to Saginaw Bay.
One of the main drains runs right through my
Could
property.
you, would you, should you? It doesn't mean it is gonna happen.
Right, but I'm just saying our concerns.
I understand that. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that.
How many landowners are in Marathon Township versus how many people lease properties?
How many landowners are there?
How many landowners are there in Marathon Township?
We send out approximately 2,600 tax bills,
Okay, so how many properties were leased?
but some of them have multiple properties.
Yeah.
How many have signed up?
Yeah, roughly.
Not sure of this number, right?
I mean, I
If
don't know
all
if
that
ours
was
is land, but, you know.
I would say it's what, somewhere between 1,600 acres and 2,000, somewhere in that neighborhood
But
of landowners that have signed up.
But because they're large, multiple landowners, I would say there's probably 20, 25.
Yeah, that's
So 25 people versus 2,700,
But
you don't have a say in it?
this is
You
our.
can't tell somebody what to do with their property.
Well,
You do, right? What?
but and answer the question, if you want to go plant something on your land, do I have to say that you can do it through home?
Yeah,
Do it?
well, I mean,
I'm just asking
You
you.
won't let me put a gun range on my property.
What's that?
You won't let me put a gun range on my property.
It's fine with me, I'm like,
Well, yeah, you, but the county won't, or the township
well, I
won't.
want to build something on my property, I gotta have permission to build something on there, right?
what's
Well,
that?
they do too. They have to go through the process.
They have to go through it, special
land.
land use, they have to come through the same process anybody else.
They
And
definitely.
if my neighbor doesn't like what I want to build, they gotta say in it, correct?
They can protest. test it, they can't stop it.
They can't tell you what to do with your property.
I think for the changes, for the definitions, those definitions I think definitely need to be put into the ordinance. I make that motion, analyzing the other ones, as of right now.
Well, I would like to look at what we were given and compare it to what we get, absolutely. Before we make any decision, I'd like to definitely look at that and go through it.
Another thing, I was going through this workable ordinance, and there's quite a bit about the environment that we don't have in ours. And a statement and reasonable evidence that the proposed energy facility will not commence commercial operation until it complies with applicable state and federal environmental laws, including but not limited to the Natural Resources Environmental Protection Act. There's a whole bunch of numbers. You know, we could insert something like that in there that would.
I would highly recommend that being part of it.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but I've got that in my notes too. We've got that you're supposed to test them under D3, the water and air quality, but we also need to provide for threatened and endangered species handler habitats in there. Penn State also recommends we require toxicity characteristic leaching results for the proposed panels that the DT is going to put in. And then require some native plants put in with the buffers. And then soil testing annually for the first 5 years of operation and every 3 to 5 years after that around the solar field to help protect our water and the soil so that it can eventually be reused for farmland.
Yes.
Two things like that could, we obviously have all these goals which are highly protected. And also I happen to know that the Superior Health Department has taken a specific interest in this project. Because they have their own set of concerns.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, we went to, which one did we take a tour of?
Little pier, one out Turtle.
And you could not hear the noise at all. I'm just telling you, when we went, so whether it is or not, I'm just saying I couldn't hear it.
They're on city water too.
What's that?
They're on city water?
Yeah, but I'm talking the noise from the things. Go ahead.
So my question would be then, was that the pier facility actually under operation, under power at that time?
Yes.
Or was it static at that particular moment when you did your tour?
No, it was under power. You could see the thing was way
There
up.
was a hum by the generator.
Okay.
By the generator, there was a hum, but if you walked it any ways away from it, there was nothing.
But it wasn't.
I'm just telling you, that doesn't mean that's what they're like. I'm just telling you.
I'm just asking the question because it has been put out there that sometimes some of these facilities, they set them up, but then they remain idle for a while and they run tours through them and then.
No, this one was running. Okay, it was.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah. You're gonna want to put that in which you just read.
Okay.
I mean, we got a lot of things to change.
I will, Russell had a motion. I don't know if
We can postpone that until we're going to press it.
we just postpone it.
Yeah, we can just postpone.
Okay.
Withdraw.
Okay. Consider invite. So, I would suggest, Stacy, maybe you could put some of your ideas down in, where we can work it in.
Okay.
And then you guys take this home, study it, compare it with what we have now. And do you all have that workable one?
Yes.
Yes. I got two of them.
More
if you
stuff
don't
in
have
there, that's pretty good.
them. That's okay.
And we'll go from there.
What's that?
And can go from there.
Yeah.
Once we decide we have to have a public hearing in order to do this, to make any changes.
Well, we gotta come up with it first, before we even get to there.
This is not an easy process.
No. They've never been to go off, starting a brand new one, and not change their other one.
Well, you know, I think some of the stuff we have in ours is good.
It's good, yeah.
But, you know, like I said, we really rushed it and didn't think of it.
Well, we were put on the spot, unfortunately.
Did the best we could. So, do we want to make a time for another meeting? We got the June, or the April 15th meeting on the special land use for private road. That's not special land use, it's site plan.
We got April 15th meeting, you guys open beyond that or before that, or?
Beyond what, 15th?
Yeah, beyond the 15th.
Beyond the 15th?
How about we do that the week after?
What, the 20th you talking about?
I'm available the 27th.
You're available?
Not.
You're not, okay, we won't do that.
Okay.
How about, what was that one you said, the 20th?
But I thought Russ couldn't do.
On the next 27th.
The 27th.
I'm available.
Oh, okay, well, let's do the 20th then.
You want to do the 20th?
For the 20th?
April?
Also at that public hearing, or, yeah, the public hearing for the private road. I'm gonna have on the agenda the master plan. We need to vote to send it to the township board. They made all the changes that we requested that was possible. But where they refer to the 2020, they couldn't really take today's because there was nothing to support it. They didn't have like a graph to support it. So they didn't want to make those changes. But they did put the lakes in there that we wanted, that wording about ant habitat or something. They put that in there. Excuse me. Something else. Oh, they put in the number of houses that have been built. They took our data for that.
Yeah.
So it's as good as it's going to get, I guess. So we have to vote to put it onto the township list. I'm sorry. They go, grab it down and let it go.
Okay. Do we have anything else? Nothing else? Motion to move in order? Adjourn?
I'll make a motion for the meeting.
Second.
Motion made and second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. We'd like to thank you guys for coming. We got a tough task ahead of us, unfortunately. And when we put the first one together, it was because they were leasing land and we had nothing in place, nothing. So we felt we had to get something in place. Now we're trying to go back and correct some of the things that we felt that we either omitted or didn't put in the way we should have. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
So these guys, they were just going behind everybody's back and leasing these lands out before anybody even knew about it, or?
Well, nothing says they can't go lease land. I don't think.
No.
You can buy an option on the property as long as you jump through the hoops and do what you have to do.
What's that?
You can get the option on the property, but you have to jump through the hoops afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
So they're leasing to buy?
No, just leasing it for the solar farms.
I think
For 25 years.
20 years lease. 30.
30-year lease.
30 years. I thought it was 25.
that's kind of what got us going. That's kind of where we're at now. We're trying to correct the things that we put together fast to try to have something in place to protect us as well as we could. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Now we're trying to go back because there's things we put in there and we didn't put in there that we felt we needed to go back and fix. That's why we're back trying to redo our ordinance.
To be honest with you, you know, we never thought that that was even a possibility for our township, so we were we were behind the times.
Behind the eight ball.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the ordinances that we're trying to push forward, but if we haven't yet, I'd recommend putting in something that makes the developer revert the land back to its previous state. You know, after they come through, make their changes.
We have it.
Yeah.
We do have it.
Okay.
In the original one.
Yeah.
And it'll be in that's one we will not take out.
Good.
At all.
And just to encourage my people at the dais there, it's not just our township, it's townships, small townships like us, all across the country, New York, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all of y'all are feeling the same pressure. So, you know, if we come off sometimes that we're pointing fingers, you're the only faces that we are able to vent to right now. So please forgive us when we.
Listen, I don't take it personal.
Right.
I really don't. I don't take it personal at all.
But all of us in these rural communities are under attack by these data centers, battery storage, solar, wind farms.
You just look around the area here.
And the reason that they're doing that is because they don't have to fight through and work through all the state and city regulations like they would say in Lapeer if they wanted to redo an industrial site or something of that nature. They can just, like they do, come in clandestine, just like Walt Disney did in Florida. That's what they're doing here to us in the rural communities. So we understand where you're coming from. You're under a lot of duress. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming, seriously. We don't, and like I say, I don't take any of it personal, so don't, and I hope nobody here takes it personal. We just got something we have to do. We're trying to do the right way, and hopefully we'll get where we need to be. That's the goal.
Even if you do make all this the way you want to, that company doesn't have to adhere to what you put in writing, do they?
Yeah.
They have
to follow our ordinance, or else if they don't like it, they'll go to the state and use their guidelines, which are.
There you go. So it doesn't matter.
Well, I can tell you, and I can tell you that DTE has told us they're a neighbor, they're in our community, they would like to work with us. And that's what they told us. Now, we'll see, right?
Right.
You know, that's all I can say.
Have you ever been lied to before?
What's that?
Have you ever been lied to before?
I watch television every day and I see people up there lying every day. And pretty important people.
So like, tell you what you want to hear.
That's right. That's right. Okay, we appreciate everybody coming, and hopefully we'll see you here on the next meeting, which is well, the 15th is the one, the 20th is kind of solar. It will be the solar. The 15th is going to be a private road coming off North Lake where they're going to subdivision.
Thank you. I'm going to the chair.